Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about R32 refrigerant gas. R denotes for a refrigerant, and R32 refrigerants have another name, that is a difluoromethane, which can be shown with the uh, chemical formula, that is CS2F2. And this R32 refrigerant, it is a blend of R-410A and R-407C. So all you know, R-410A is a very famous gas in HVAC industry, and now all industry are shifting to the towards R32, because R32 is a little more efficient than R410A. Suppose you are developing a unit with R410A, and if you shift the same capacity unit with R32, then you require less gas because it is more efficient than R410A. Now this R32 refrigerant comes under the family of HFC. HFC is nothing but the hydrofluorocarbon family. So earlier there were families called chlorofluorocarbons and hydrochlorofluorocarbons. Because of this Montreal protocol, these two categories decided to be phased out, because they have a greater global warming uh, you know potential, and ozone depletion is higher side. What is this ozone layer depletion means? Because our atmosphere has a upper layer, that is ozone layer, which protect earth from sun's ultraviolet rays, because whenever the ultraviolet rays try to enter this ozone layer, reflect them back to the space, because these UV rays, that is ultraviolet rays, they are uh, harmful to the plant, marine life and human beings on the earth. So that's why uh, under this Montreal Protocol decided phase out those chlorofluorocarbons and hydrochlorofluorocarbons. Now this R32, R14, these comes under hydrofluorocarbons. Now these also have some global warming, you know, um, as you can see, global warming potential, but their ozone depletion is zero. That you can see here, R14 is zero, R32 is also zero. So now this R32 has global, this boiling point is minus 50 degrees Celsius, and as I said, R32 is efficient than R14, so it's required lesser refrigerant to develop a similar kind of capacity model. But R32 has a little flammability, so that's why we have to take care by using this. And you can see there ISO 817-2014 for more information. Now the R32 and R410 have similar operating conditions, that you can see here in the last slide. Uh, this R410A, R32 both have same standing pressure, suction pressure. What is the standing pressure means? Whenever the appliance is not working, means it is a ideal condition. That time, what is the standing pressure? So that standing pressure is nothing but 260 psi for both the gases. So service engineer will be helpful with this pressure. He will determine the many things, whether he has to charge extra gas, and what is the actual refrigerant is there. So different refrigerant gases have different standing pressure, suction pressure, discharge pressure. Apart this R32, R410A, there are again more global warming potential, lesser global warming potential, and uh, almost absolutely zero ozone depletion. There are gases called R1234yf and R1234ze. Uh, like you can see here, R1234yf, it has a global warming potential 4 and ODP is 0. So with this R234ze, Daikin recently launched their chiller. The only thing is that though R1234 has a lesser global warming potential compared to again R32, but when you are developing the system size is bigger. So that's why Daikin told that R33 is more optimum kind of refrigerant, which has a highest efficient with the building models. The system size is also less. Global warming potential is 657 only compared to R14A, which is one third less. Ozone depletion is zero. Again, there is a natural refrigerant which can be easily available, that is carbon dioxide, which has a global warming potential is 1 and ozone depletion is 0. But developing a system is little difficult. Currently in various university the research is going on how efficiently can build air conditioner with carbon dioxide CO2. And here you can see the table of various refrigerant, what they have a global warming potential and ozone depletion. So nowadays these R1 and R22, these are almost in a phase out situation. Uh, and you can see here R14 has a GWP20 rated and R3675 it is almost one third less. So it is very helpful while the industries are shifting from R410A to R32 because both have almost same temperature, same operating pressure. So that's why and they have both refrigerants to the same kind of oil, that is synthetic oil either. So if the company shifted R14 to R32, they don't have to change the equipments what they use for R14A, like vacuum pump, charging hose, charging wall, electric leak detector. Absolutely, you can use the same equivalent what you were using for R14A, the similar that you can use for R32, except the refrigerant recovery cylinder means that storage cylinder should be different, else there is no any other difficulties. Then what are the pros and cons, that is the benefits and disadvantages while using R32 compared to R420? See, R32 beneficial point of view, it has a zero ozone depletion. Of course, you can see here for R14 is also 0, but in terms of global warming potential, R32 is more beneficial than R420 because it requires almost one third for the similar kind of capacity unit. Again, because of this higher volumetric capacity, less required charges, and they have similar saturated pressure, hence development is very easier. R32 has a critical temperature higher side, that's why the CUP is higher. It has a low density, hence the charge required for R32 compared to R14 for the similar capacity is required less. And again, the single component of gas, therefore it is easier to be produced and managed. What are the disadvantages? R32 has a little flammability, so we have to take precautions while handling gas, and also has a little toxicity. These are the only things. But again, what is the higher discharge temperature will cause oil degradation in the compressor. That is also very, when it reaches more than 105 degrees Celsius, which is almost companies will take care so that there will not be that much higher discharge. And this is the last, I already explained what are the standing pressure and suction pressure. So these are the grateful information about refrigerant R32. Thank you.